Madam President, I rise today to speak about the tough fiscal choices this body, this government, and our president now face. But before I say anything else, I would like to start off with a profound apology. I want to apologize to every West Virginian and all Americans for the terrible process they have been made to endure and witness. With 5 days before the August 2nd deadline to raise the debt ceiling, this government faces yet another crisis of its own making. And yet, it is not we who pay the price for our failures to govern. It is the American people. To the tens of millions of American families who work hard to take care of their families, I can only imagine the anger and disgust they have at witnessing a broken government and a president and members of Congress who can't seem to even agree sometimes on what day it is, let alone to solve the nation's debt crisis. Madam President, the American people deserve better. Now, some will say that Washington is broken and that is the best that we can do, but I do not believe that for one moment. Washington may be broken, but it will not break me, and you should not let it break you either. I came here to fix things, not to make things worse. I came to solve problems, not to ignore them. I came here to worry about the next generation, not my next election. I, for one, am willing to make the tough and painful decisions that will improve the lives of every West Virginian and all Americans for generations to come, regardless of what it means for my party or for the next election. And I know I'm not alone. Madam President, after our beloved Senator Byrd passed away, I chose to run for the U.S. Senate for one simple reason. I saw the great challenges that our nation faced, exploding debts and deficits, our nation's energy dependence, costly wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and a painful jobs and economic crisis. And I wanted to help make things better by bringing a little common sense to Washington. I knew we had to focus on rebuilding America, and doing so meant making hard, political, difficult choices. Now, some of my colleagues often remind me that fixing problems as complex as our debt crisis isn't easy. But with all due respect, it seems like we make it harder than it really needs to be. My friends, it doesn't need to be this way. I did not come to Washington with the illusion that I could reinvent the wheel. But I did come to think that I could help balance the wheels to make the car run a little smoother.